What's going on, guys? It's Johan here with Delgado Detailing. Today we're going to be doing an almost 12-month update on this right here. This is the Adams Graphene Ceramic Spray Coating, and it's the advanced. So this formula, for me personally, I've used the previous formula. It's easier to apply, it leaves the paint slicker, and it lasts longer. So this could last between 12 months and 18 months, so basically a year or a year and a half. And on this vehicle back here, it's my dad's vehicle. I actually coated it back in November of last year. So it's a little bit less than a full 12-month update, but it's really cold, and I think it's gonna be getting colder. So I don't really wanna wait any longer. So this vehicle has been well maintained. I have been cleaning it and maintaining the coating at least every month. It's not every 2 months. But in the past 3 months, I haven't really touched it yet because he's been really busy. Our schedules haven't been aligning. So it's been about 3 months since I last touched this car. So we're gonna go ahead and do the test. But first of all, I wanna talk a little bit more about this Adams Graphene coating. Now this is an actual ceramic coating. A lot of people will hate on it. You'll see in the comments, probably in this video and some other videos that cover this, they say, oh, it's just snake oil, or oh, it's not a real ceramic coating. Real ceramics last 10 plus years. Okay, guys. Yeah, there are ceramic coatings that last 10 plus years, but this has been said by Adams that it is a diluted version of their full-blown 9-year coating. So of course, this isn't going to last 9 years. This only boasts between 12 to 15 months of 12 to 18 months of durability, and you need to relay that information to your client. If you're marketing this as a lifetime coating, this coating is going to prevent scratches on that crap, you're the one that's at fault, not the coating. This is meant for entry-level DIY people who want to have an easy to apply coating onto their vehicle that's not going to be super hard to get off if they mess up. It's just a really good also entry-level option for any pro-level detailer to market to your customers. If they're not too sure if they want to get a full 8-10 year coating, you can market them this. Say, hey, if you're not too sure, let's go ahead and give a trial run. Let's do a 12-month trial run on this. You can sell them this coating installation at a lot cheaper of a cost, because this bottle itself is like $45, $48. But if you can get it on sale, guys, I got this on Prime Day for like $26. And Adams will always put this stuff on sale every once in a while. So check for the sale price. You get this stuff super duper cheap. And guys, I think this is how many ounces? This is 12 fluid ounces of ceramic. Most of these bottles will give you 30 milliliters, or sometimes if they're really cool, they'll give you 60 milliliters. This is 12 ounces of coating. So you can do a whole ton of vehicles, a whole lot of vehicles. For example, what I use this for is I market it as a 1-year coating on a vehicle like this. This installation without polishing, yes, you heard me, without polishing, I'll still do all the other steps that are needed in ceramic coatings, you know, like wash, decontamination with clay, and iron treatment, all that type of stuff. That is very important. You can't skip out on that. But sometimes customers just don't want a polish, or they don't care for any paint correction stuff, and that's not necessary. You just got to communicate to them that yes, you will get the best bond if you do a polish first, but it's not necessary. So normally on a vehicle like this, with just the coating installation, just like the coating package, no polishing, this for me is a $375 job. I can get this done in around 3.5 hours. So guys, I'm making over $100 an hour with this stuff. You guys can do it too. Of course, on other smaller vehicles, I charge less, but it takes me less time and less product. So I really love this stuff. I'm rambling. Let's go ahead and get to the test. It's freaking cold. So what I'm gonna do for the test is I'm gonna go ahead and spray down the hood. I haven't washed it yet. I'm gonna spray down the hood. I'm gonna let you guys see what the hydrophobics look like right now. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick rinseless wash on the hood, clean it up, and do another spray down on it and see how it is. Let's go ahead and just check out how this stuff has lasted the past 11 and something months. So let's go ahead and check. Let's go ahead and look into it. And yeah, guys, it's freaking cold. So let's get into it. All right, just to see kind of what's gonna happen, I'm gonna go ahead and use some Spotless 2.0 by CarPro. This is a water spot remover. I'm gonna use it on this panel because as you guys can see, there is some slow sheeting kind of right here. It's definitely a lot better after we washed it. But I'm gonna go ahead and just, because normally this stuff can revitalize and revive coatings that look dead because it's probably just clogged. So let's go ahead and just gently wipe this stuff in. Now again, this is a 1-year coating. It's not going to have nearly the same chemical resistance, nor going to have the same amount of chemical resistance, nor the same amount of durability. But I went ahead and just got this towel damp because this is what the instructions saying. I'm going to wipe it in, kind of wipe around where I applied it with the damp towel. You don't want this stuff to dry on the paint, so not a smart idea to use this in direct sunlight when it's really hot. But we just went through a cold front here and it's about 40 something degrees, so we should be fine. My pressure washer is not having this cold weather, but let's go ahead and test it out. Let's see if it killed it. Since the hose was disconnected in my house, I don't know why, but there's so much air in the hose now. But as you can see, it definitely brought back a whole lot of hydrophobics. Let's go ahead and let's rinse it down, or let's wipe it down one more time. Now this panel is clean, so I didn't pre-soak. If your panel is not clean, even with rinseless wash, with a good lubricating rinseless wash, you still need to pre-soak. So just putting that out there. So there you have it. This stuff right here, if your coating is losing a lot of its hydrophobics, this stuff right here, CarPro Spotless 2.0, it might just need this. This is going to go ahead and remove the minerals that might be clogging up the pores of your coating. You can see it revitalized the coating on the door. It was almost completely flat from here on downwards, and with a quick wash and with some water spot remover, we brought it back to life. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this in the garage. I'm gonna go ahead and wash the rest of the car. I'll do the wheels out here if you guys want to watch that. But yeah, it's freaking cold, but let's go ahead and get into it. We're back in my storage unit, so let's go ahead and do some final conclusions about this Adams Graphene Ceramic Spray. Now, if you guys just look at the color of it, and if you buy it and you smell it, which is strong, I don't recommend you doing it, but getting a little waft, you get straight up ceramic coating smell. This stuff is a coating. It is just a diluted version. For example, let me go ahead and bring you in closer to these over here. All right, let's go ahead and see how the Adams Graphene Spray compares to the rest of the coatings that I've tried so far. Now, I think the first coating I ever tried to use was this right here. This is the Adams Graphene, the original formula. This is their 7-year coating. Now, one thing I do like is that this comes in a 60 ml bottle. So that's basically double all of these right here, and I forgot the price of these, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the price right above them whenever I talk about them. Let's talk about user friendliness. This is not a very user-friendly coating. I want to talk about 2 major downfalls that I've had to using this coating. Now, I still have about half of it left, but I don't think I'm gonna be using it anytime soon. The reason why is the flash time is actually pretty quick on this thing. You only have about like 30 seconds or so before it starts to tack up. That might just be because of where I live. I live in Oklahoma. It's pretty humid. I don't have a controlled environment. I'm a mobile detailer, so I detail in people's garages, or they'll bring it into my garage when I do coatings. So it flashes off quickly, and it is quite a tacky wipe off. It's quite a tacky leveling process. It's not very nice. It's really easy to leave high spots because of that. It's very tacky. It dries up quickly. Not very user friendly. My first time I ever did this, I had so many high spots on my car, and it was so hard. I had to polish them off. The more you practice on your coatings, I would say you'll be able to install this no problem, and it has pretty good durability. You know, I haven't really seen it fail yet, and I've coated about 2 cars, I think, with this. And I just checked on the one that I did about in May, and it's doing pretty good. But yeah, this one is not the most fun and easy to apply. However, if you're just looking for a cheap way to add 7 years of protection and you're willing to put in the effort and the time, it's fine. It's an okay coating. I haven't tried the advanced, the 9-year, but this one's alright. Now let's move on to the second coating that I've used, which is this right here. This is the CarPro C-Quartz UK 3.0. This one is a little bit easier to apply than the Adams Graphene. However, I kind of run into the same issue. Maybe it's because of the humidity level here in Oklahoma, but the wipe off or the leveling on this was not very nice, and it flashes quite quickly. So you can't even do a full panel or half a hood with this. You have to do section by section, which as a mobile detailer I don't really want to do because I'm trying to get in and out of these people's garages. I don't want to be there forever. But I will say the water beating properties on this coating itself is really good. I coated a vehicle back in March, and I've done 2 maintenance washes on it so far, and this beads, in my opinion, way better than this. This is one of the best beading coatings that I've found. However, like I said, it's only lasts about 2 years, and I believe they want you to put 2 coats. Don't quote me on that, but I only did 1 because I'm lazy. But yeah, that's CarPro C-Quartz. Now, this coating is what got me really excited about ceramic coating. We have to try this. This is the Geon 1 Evo. I know it says 1, but this actually will last about 2 years. I got this. This is a 60 mil, same size. I think it's a 60 mil, 60 or 50 mil. Let me check. It's a 50 mil bottle instead of a 60 mil like that one. But this was so easy to apply. The flash time you get definitely a couple minutes. It says to wipe it off immediately, but you don't have to. You can actually coat a whole door panel with this thing at once, and maybe even half a hood with this thing. And I coated one F-150 and half, like one side of my car because I'm testing it out, and I still have this much coating left. So I think this is around like $60-ish, but for 2 years, that's pretty good, and the water behavior is still holding up really well. Doesn't bead as tightly as the CarPro, but for user friendliness, this thing is amazing. The wipe off was so smooth and so slick. It left the panels slick almost instantly. Plus, this one and this one, they both require a 24-hour cure time before you're able to drive it. This one right here only requires, I think, a 12-hour cure time. So that's half the time you need for it to cure. This right here, the graphene spray coating, only requires a 4-hour cure time. So now let's go ahead and move on to my all-time favorite coatings, which are these two. I'd probably go with the 3 years, my favorite. These are DIY detail coatings. Let's talk about the 3-year first. I like these, first of all, because they come in aluminum bottles, so if you drop them, they're not going to shatter. But this is a 3-year, this is a graphene coating actually, and this, if you guys want slickness on your paint, this thing is insane. The slickness on this is absolutely insane, and you can use both of these coatings outside. I coated the car with this one on the inside. I did it inside a garage. However, the 8-year coating, I went ahead and coated it outside, no problems. I'm not too sure how it would be in direct sunlight in the middle of the summer, but insane slickness, longer working time than the one Evo. I actually was able to coat about 2 doors at a time and go and wipe off the other door before, and you can coat so fast with this stuff. And my favorite thing of all it only requires a 1 hour cure time. So that's great. And it's the same thing with the 8-year coating. It only requires 1 hour cure time. Now this 8-year does not leave the panels nearly as slick as this, but this does leave the panels slicker than the graphene coating from Adams and the CarPro C-Quartz at the time of install. I know the C-Quartz gets slicker as it cures, but in the beginning it was not very slick. So these two right now are my favorite coatings so far, but these are significantly more expensive. For both 30 mils, this one's about $60, this one's about $160 for 8 years. So I want to just show you guys that I have tried other coatings. Now let's go ahead and talk about where this Adams graphene coating comes into play. Now I know the lighting's a little bit different, but I want to talk about where this coating fits in with this lineup. This coating, first of all, is very cheap. It's about $40-something for I think 12 ounces of coating. So this can easily get you over 5 trucks, if not more, smaller vehicles. But what I use this for is an entry-level coating. There's a lot of people, a lot of clients of mine that want some ceramic protection, but they're not sure if they're going to keep their car for even 3 years or 8 years. And because of that, they don't want to shell out the amount of money to get a car coated in 3 or 8 years. So this is a great option to market to your clients who are wanting some ceramic properties and ceramic protections but don't want to break the bank, or maybe they're on a lease and they're not going to be owning their vehicle for that long. This is a great option. It's also a really easy upsell. It's cheap for you guys to have, and it just does so many vehicles. So if you guys don't have this in your arsenal, I highly recommend you go ahead and get some. I'm not sponsored by Adams by any means. I just really like this stuff. I've used their non-advanced before, and I just like their advanced more. I feel like the work time is a lot easier. This is the usability, or like the user friendliness on this coating is very similar to the user friendliness on the Geon 1. I do feel like on both the DIY Detail ceramics, they are actually easier to install than this. However, they are more expensive and you get less. So if you guys are on the verge or trying to get into some ceramics, but you're scared to do something that leaves 7 years of protection, go ahead and get yourself this bottle. But again, don't expect this to last as long as some of these 3, 5, 8 year, 7 year coatings. This is a 1 to 1.5 year coating. Now I've heard Adams on their videos, they say, oh, it's up to 2 years, but if you read the label, actually it says up to 1.5 years. And then this also brings us to another topic that I talk about. These claims, these durability claims, what do they mean? Does it mean that the coating is going to be performing at 100% at 8 years or 100% at 3 years? No. What it really means is at that mark, that longevity mark, if you've installed the coating correctly, there should still be a trace of that coating left at that time. Now the DIY Detail, Ivan the Croy has gone kind of in depth about his coatings. I don't know if this is the same with the rest, but on his coatings, they said you will see the water behavior up to around 3 years or 5 years or 8 years, depending on the coatings. But he says the coating, the ceramic protection itself, lasts the whole life of the vehicle. I'm not too sure about that. That's very interesting. But he said the actual water beating properties would start to fade around that time. So don't expect this thing to be kicking butt brand new at 1 year or 1.5 years. This test that I did, the 1 year update, that's about equivalent to a maybe a 7.5 year update on this 8 year coating. So that just shows how well this coating has done over the time. But I am rambling now, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're on the fence on buying this Adams graphene product, go ahead and get yourself something. It's super cheap compared to spending $160 or $200 plus on some of these high durability coatings. Get yourself something that's easy to install. Get yourself some of these auto fiber saver applicators. Get yourself a respirator, because you don't want to breathe this stuff in, and then boom, you are good to go. You can start messing around with ceramics. that is all I have today. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments below. I'll try to respond to as many as I can, as fast as I can. I'm a busy man. I'm full-time detailing in my own business, and I'm also a full-time college student. So just give me some time to respond to the comments. But if you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a like. It shows me that you enjoy this video. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I'm gonna start trying to post more content on my YouTube now. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time.